Hello, my YouTube family. You want to talk about somebody absolutely glad that this work day is over? I mean, you know when it starts off on the wrong foot and it's just going to go downhill from there. It's just going to go downhill from there. So I don't know what supervisor told people in the HR department. I guess she must have told them when Nancy calls and somebody's waiting in the reception area for the HR department, just tell her to bring them in. So instead of, having somebody come to my front desk and say, I need the HR department, and then let them in, out of courtesy, I call the department, and sometimes I'll just call and they say, just let them in. I don't even have to say anything. Which is kind of rude because you don't know what I'm calling for. But for the majority of the part, let them in, let them in. Okay, fine. Sometimes to the point where I get so annoyed at them just being rude, I just say, go. I need the HR department, just go in. I don't even let them know anymore. And they don't seem to say anything about it, so I guess I must be doing something right. But today, boo-boo went a little bit too far. And when I mean boo-boo, I'm talking about Alpha. I had to set her straight. Twice I called for HR. Twice she picked up and she just said, let them in. Okay. The third time I called, somebody asked me to call the HR department to ask them a specific question. I called. She answered, just let them in. Click. And I'm about to say, but I called again. And I said, why did you just hang up on me? And she's like, well, why are you screaming at me? I said, because I was trying to tell you something, had nothing to do about letting anybody in. I had a question for you that somebody has a question for me to ask you. Oh, well, what is it? So I proceeded to ask the question and I said, thank you very much. And then I clicked on her. See how it feels. So needless to say, the majority of that afternoon, I'm eating cashews, people. It's another weakness of mine. So instead of sipping on something today I'm eating. The majority of the afternoon, I didn't hear a peep from her. I didn't hear nothing from anybody from the HR department. And when I did call the HR department, miraculously, she stopped answering the phone. Instead, had somebody else answer the phone. Asked me if I give a rat's ass. But later on in the afternoon, guess who needed something from me? Because it always comes around. Especially her, who doesn't know how to write anything for shit. It had nothing to do with writing. But she had a question for me. And I just acted like I answered her question. And she kept it moving. No need for you to be rude. Especially since you proclaim to be so hoity-toity. But you acting rude as hell. You don't know what I'm calling for. Don't presume that every time I call, it's going to be for somebody for the HR department. Suppose I had my supervisor standing next to me. And my supervisor said, call Alpha. And then Alpha would have answered the phone, just let him in, click. Wouldn't you have looked stupid? Don't ever presume anything. Assume or presume. It makes you look stupid. I'm sorry, honey. Cashews are my weakness. It's rather rude of me to be chewing and talking to you at the same time. I should know better. Okay, I'm so sorry. Let us proceed with lips of the day. Because it was just that kind of day. I had rude people all day long. All day long. Okay. Can you miss them? I think not. I think not. What is it, you may ask? Well, you know what we always start off with. Milani Color Statement Lip Liner in the color True Red. Line. And filled. There's a lipstick. I don't think I did this for a while. And I found this lipstick on Amazon. They were showcasing it for a while years ago. And I fell in love with it and I said I had to have it. It's called Helmut Red. Helmut Red. From House of Exposure. House of Exposure, Helmut Red. That is House of Exposure. It's not the first time I've worn this. I have worn this shade before. And what is it, people? What is it? You all know. You all know. I think I've been in a kumbaya mood all week long. Haven't I been wearing red all week long? It seems that way. And you know we just can't say red, right? What is this called? Wait. Yes, it is, honey. Helmut Red. It even has it right here. Helmut Red. Helmut Red. Very sleek, very nice. House of Exposure. I know nothing about that company, that brand, whatever. I just happened to find it on Amazon. Love the shade so much. Had to have it. I thought it was a rather great purchase. Don't you agree? Okay. What else happened aside from everybody just being rude as hell? It was just that kind of day. I was so in a hurry to get out. I mistakenly punched out at 4:58 instead of my regular just 5 o'clock. I stayed until 5 o'clock, but for some reason my hand must have, like, you know, sometimes when your hand does this, and my hand is like right on the mouse, because as soon as 5 o'clock hits, boom, I'm out the door. Well, I must have hit it by mistake. 4:58. I said, I really don't give a rat's ass, because I make up for the 2 minutes when I come in early at work or when I'm staying late on Fridays. So I'm not going to lose sleep over this 4:58 situation. And if you really want to check to see if I left at 4:58 or did I really stay until 5 o'clock, I am on camera. Big Brother is watching every fart I make, every breath I take, every move I make. So if you really, really want to see if I stayed until 5 o'clock, check the cameras. Here's my thing. The hypocrisy of it all is just nauseating. And I'm talking about supervisor. Anytime I'm laughing with a coworker or whatever in the reception area, miraculously, she's always having meetings, which is the room like right next, kind of like parallel to where the reception area. But the walls are so paper thin that you can hear everything that's going on either in the reception area or in that other room. So a coworker and we always do a countdown, and we're always, you know, 1 countdown, 2 countdown, 3, it's Wednesday, okay, we see light at the end of the tunnel, and we were laughing about it. I guess the laugh was a little too loud. And it seems to always happen when somebody's talking to me. So supervisor came out this time. She spoke to the coworker. She said, when you have a moment, could you come into my office? And then she walked away. Now, he's looking at me, and he's like, oh. And I'm like, I guess we were a little too loud. In the meantime, she had meetings pretty much for the majority of the day, and I could hear her voice raising, other people's voice rising, this, and that. But you don't hear anybody else going to you and telling you to hush up. Why does it only work one way? If you know that you can hear me, you should assume that I can hear you. It's just so frustrating, because it's not like you came out to see if anybody was arguing with anybody. Oh no. On Mondays, when the aides have problems with their payroll department, I'm sure she can hear the voices raised yelling at me. I don't see her coming out then. Why isn't she coming out then? I don't understand. But when a coworker and I are actually happy, ooh, God forbid, you're going to actually come out and say something? So that put me in a funk pretty much the rest of the afternoon. It just it's so annoying. It's so frustrating. It's just so damn frustrating. Just, it's to the point, just give me my damn paycheck and let me call it a day. Because this is a job. It's not a career. No, it's a job. At the end of the week, pay me my funds and let me just keep it pushing. Apparently, you can't even have fun. And even when you try to have fun, look at the coworkers that I work with. No such thing as a perfect job, people. No such thing as a perfect job. You know what? I forgot to show you a swatch of Helmut Red. Look at that puppy. What? This is a no holds barred red, people. This is a red that will stop traffic, because the color red does literally stop traffic. Anyway, that is it. That is all. It is Wednesday. What did we have yesterday? What did we have yesterday? Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. This feud, I'm talking this deep down feud between Lisa Vanderpump and Kyle Richards. Oh, this is no joke. This is no little itty bitty trifling thing. This is no joke. Dorit is involved. Kyle is involved. Lisa Vanderpump is involved. I don't know what the hell can be salvaged from this particular friendship, because Lisa Vanderpump's husband even got involved. Told Kyle to get the fuck out of his house. What? Excuse my language, but you know. I'm talking, this was deep. This was deep. So we shall see how that is going to turn out. Other than that, what else happened? Nothing else really. Nothing else really. The big explosive situation is with Kyle, Lisa Vanderpump, and Lisa Vanderpump's husband. I forget his name. Anyway, that I don't see any kind of resolution. All because there was a article in Radar Online that everybody thinks Lisa leaked to Radar Online, and it was about Dorit, saying that Dorit had hurt Lisa's feelings about the dog that she had given to Dorit, and Dorit wound up giving it back or something like that. Oh, it's just a whole lot of. It's just a. It's just ugly. It's just ugly. It really just is ugly. It's just. So I don't even know if there can be a resolution to this friendship. But you know what? In all honesty, I always thought that Kyle's friendship with Lisa was a little off kilter. Just a little, there was just something odd about it. Like, why in the world, for the years and years and years, and they showed you past seasons where Kyle always stuck up for Lisa, always stuck up for Lisa, always stuck up for Lisa. Even though she knew damn well Lisa was in the wrong, she always stuck up for Lisa. And I guess this is the straw that broke the camel's back, because I don't think Kyle is sticking up for Lisa anymore. And you know what? It's about damn time. I'm not saying that Lisa is 101% wrong, but she can be a bit tricky. She could be a bit tricky, and it's not pretty. It's not cute. It's not pretty. Because she always like seems to drop a bomb, and then she walks away, and her hands are all clean and everything, and she's like, oh, what did I do type? No, bitch. I think we've seen you operate this play long ago, and you keep playing the same play over and over and over again. And Kyle is always the one that gets, she gets run over by the bus. And the bus driver is always Lisa. So when are you going to stop? And I think this is the time she finally stopped. So, I mean, I feel sorry for Lisa in a way, because she lost her brother. Her brother passed away. I understand. I get that. And I will forgive her all her sorrow that she is feeling for that. But don't muddle it up with what is going on with you and Kyle and Dewy. And don't try to play the victim because you're also hurt about your brother, and you're also you gotta have that. That's a separate situation. Those two are two different entities onto their own. So you can't mush them up together and try to play all innocent. No, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it, not one single solitary bit. So we'll see how far that goes. I think tonight, if I'm not mistaken, is Real Housewives of New York. And then there's the little tiff between Dorinda and Luann. We'll see how that goes. These women, I'm telling you, these women, I you know, I can't even speak straight. I can't even speak straight. Even with all the money in the world, y'all still got problems? This is why I stay home, people. I don't like to get involved in situations that do not concern me. If it involves my family, I will be there. Other than that, it actually depends on the friend. I'm serious. I'm serious. So that is it. That is all. This, my heavenly sweet Jesus, is Lips of the Day. You cannot miss these puppies. The formula is great. It keeps your lips moisturized all day. I mean, I don't know anything about House of Exposure, that brand. I don't know if it's a brand for Amazon or if it's a separate brand that is just being sold on Amazon. I have no idea. But Helmut Red is the name of the shade. I have done a lip look on it before, and it always surprises me just how absolutely gorgeous it is, and moisturizing. It just keeps your mouth moisturized all day, like all day, and it pretty much stays like this all day. I don't really have to reapply. The only time I reapplied was after I ate lunch, because we all know I take my lipstick off when I eat my lunch. Yes. And then I applied after I was done. And then that's it. That is it, people. That is that. With that, upon that. Okay? So, fill me in. Everybody's always full of comments lately having to do with my situations, and I am so appreciative. I'm so appreciative. A lot of you are agreeing with me on whatever the case may be. A lot of you may have a different take on it, a different look at things, which I appreciate, because, you know, like I said, when you're objective and you can see the situation from the outside, you can have a different perspective altogether. When you're involved and you're in it, sometimes you're not that objective. As a matter of fact, you're not objective at all. You're subjective. So it takes a fresh pair of eyes to see something new from the situation. I love you all so very much. I am having a blast commenting back to all of your comments. I am having a blast. I love it. Even though I may just answer once, maybe twice, at least we're having a conversation of sorts. We're having a conversation of sorts. I love it. I just absolutely, you guys are the best. You are the absolute 100% best, and I love you all so much. So, with that being said, I am going now. Okay, I love you. I love my YouTube family. You would think it's Friday the way I'm all so happy, but I'm really not. 2 more to go, people. Hit me up. Let me know what you think of everything. If you watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, if you watch Real Housewives of New York tonight, fill me in. Does anybody watch Deadliest Catch? I've been saying, every time it starts, I always ask, but I don't think anybody really watches Deadliest Catch. So, that's my new show. It's already started. Is anybody ready for this Sunday? Don't nobody talk to me, text me, call me, nothing. I don't even care if Henry Cavill finds my number and calls me. No, this is Game of Thrones night, people. It's the last season, and the first episode is this upcoming Sunday. Don't nobody, anybody, nobody talk to me while I'm watching this show. It's heartbreaking because it's the last season. That's it. After this season, it's goodbye. And I don't even think there are that many episodes. I think there's only like 10. Be still my heart. I can't. What? I have invested everything from day one with Game of Thrones. I have seen Arya grow up. What? It's rough. It's a little rough on me. It's bittersweet. I won't be looking at Tyrion anymore. You know I love me some Tyrion. Peter Dinklage is fine as hell. I love him. All right. Those of you who are Game of Throners, hit me up. Okay? Let me know how you feel about it being the last season. No more Jon Snow, people, for those of you who are, panting over him. He never really did it for me, but I loved him as an actor. I love him as the character of Jon Snow. But, Anyway, that's it. That's all. I love you. I love my YouTube family. Hit me up. Let me know what you think, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Okay? 3 down, 2 more to go. I love you. Mwah. Bye now.